This story was told to me by an elder about the existence of ghosts, that people die in the flesh, but the ghost of that person stays on the earth for hundreds of years. This elder told me about a woman called Nancy, who was raised in Kyenjojo district by her parents and stayed close to her grandparents. During her younger years, she recalled a woman who used to sing for a crying baby at 2 a.m. when they were asleep. Her parents always told her never to walk at night because the woman who was always singing was actually the ghost of a woman who had died in a fatal accident with her 16-month-old baby. This singing ghost woman became a daily routine, and over time, the entire village got used to her singing for the baby. One day, Nancy's grandmother passed away, and the next day after her death, Nancy's cousin also passed away abruptly. Burial arrangements were made, and both were buried on the same day. However, after 4 months, some people in Kyenjojo district started complaining that Nancy's grandmother's ghost was appearing to them every night as they walked home. Some said the ghost started beating them whenever they passed by her grave. Rumors of these incidents spread throughout the district, and people were advised never to walk past Nancy's home and her grandmother's grave. But Nancy's parents always dismissed these rumors, saying that Nancy's grandmother had never appeared to them in the form of a ghost. They ignored all sorts of rumors. Nancy herself had never seen or encountered a ghost since she was warned not to go out at night, and she never took the rumors about her grandmother's ghost seriously. Time passed, and her grandfather got sick and later passed away. The same burial arrangements were made, and he was buried next to his wife and Nancy's cousin. 4 days after her grandfather's burial, Nancy and her friends went to harvest maize. What she saw still remains in her mind. The maize plantation was next to her grandparents' graves. Nancy saw her dead grandparents and her cousin, all dressed in white, moving toward her. But whenever she blinked, they appeared to move backward. This confused her, and to her surprise, she was the only one seeing them, while her friends were puzzled by what she was telling them. She screamed at the top of her voice, but when she decided to run, her legs became so heavy that she could not lift them. She chose to remain quiet and look on in shock while her friends stood in confusion. A voice from her grandfather told her that he was feeling cold and that there was a squirrel hole at his grave that the wind was passing through. He told her to tell her parents to cover the squirrel hole. After those words, they all disappeared. Nancy never proceeded to the maize plantation. Her legs felt light again, and she ran to her parents and told them what she had witnessed and what her grandfather had said. Her parents ignored her story, but they began to believe the rumors about people being beaten by Nancy's grandmother's ghost. The next day, she was told never to speak when encountering a ghost. Her parents prepared some herbs for her to drink, so she would never see ghosts again. However, they did not visit the grave to check if there was indeed a squirrel hole at her grandfather's grave. 2 days later, every night, they heard the voice of her grandfather asking for help. The ghost threw stones at their roof the entire night. The next morning, Nancy's parents went to the grave and found a squirrel hole, which they covered carefully. That night, after covering the hole, they had a peaceful sleep. This was a clear indication that the ghosts of our loved ones do exist and follow us wherever we go.